Welcome to the London Outlook for Tuesday, the 16th of January 2024. Starting off with the economic calendar, as you can see for today's London session, we've got GBP employment related news. That's quite high impact and that comes out on the Frankfurt Open. That's good because we only trade from the Frankfurt Open onwards, and depending on this news release, it will tell us or guide us on the direction we want to trade for the rest of the day. Then, in terms of the US session, we've got two red folder news events, but yeah, I guess we'll chat about those in the New York Outlook later in the afternoon. So having said all of that, I guess jumping straight into the daily chart, what we can see we're still in this confirmed bullish market structure trend. In terms of daily consecutive bias, there isn't any to concern of until today. So if today actually closes bearish, then tomorrow our bias will only be to trade to the long side. Then looking at the 4 hour, and what's happening here is, if you recall from previous outlooks, the Void Proton primary leg was essentially validated Friday morning. However, there wasn't followed through, which poses some issues on our 15-minute trading, and I'll highlight that soon. I just want to point out the fact that there's only reasons to long at the moment based on this Void primary leg. But the issue being that there's no reason to shorts because the pullback phase has achieved its objective by coming into the program extreme. And then from that point onwards, we've had the body break of the last point of supply for the pullback phase, thus making it clear that the protein primary leg is the only option for trading, and it's to trade long. Then if we move on to the 15-minute, what I can point out here is the fact that our previous highs and lows of the days are now moving to the downside, and our fib anchoring rules don't allow us to move more than a day or so, more than the previous day, in terms of fib anchoring. The other thing to note is that because there's no reason for this proton primary leg to be invalidated by any reasons to trade short, that means that we can't look for any long-based trades. That means that we can't validate any secondary legs because of the fact that this protein primary leg is valid. However, on the 15-minute, this poses an issue because now we're moving to the downside, and our previous highs and lows of the days are now all pointing somewhat to the downward direction. And since that's the case, we don't really have any further anchoring points to use to validate long ideas. Essentially, what I'm saying is that the primary leg on the 15-minute appears to be pointing to the downside rather than the upside, and we have no backing to the left to help us build secondary legs because there's no reason to suggest why this protein primary leg isn't following through, which is probably an indication that we might actually go and change structure, creating a void chock right here and ending this bullish trend that's been continuing for some time now. So what is the plan for today? The plan for today is simply to sit on our hands and wait till either the void primary leg is wicked right here, and then we can build a new void primary leg, or the alternative being that we actually move to the upside and we candle body break the extreme, extending this primary leg, and then at that point we can consider if we can anchor our fib to the current low of the day. However, the distance to that point now is quite far away, 113 pips, which essentially means that finding a trade for today on a continuation pace won't make sense. And then from the short side, that can still make sense, provided that we have New York news that aligns um, with our intended daily bias. But then we have an issue at 5 p.m. because we've got a Bank of England speaker and we don't know what they're going to say. So we'll have to close out that trade quite early. But that's pretty much the outlook. The outlook being sit and wait for one side of this leg to be either reset or expanded. Other than that, have a good London session and we'll chat again for the New York session.